What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Beefcake Games. I'll be your host today, Beefcake. So today we're doing Mission 9, Back Up, Back Down. Now this mission was a really big pain in the ass for me the first couple of times that I tried it. So you're actually not going to see one of those attempts. You're going to see when I came back much later on with a lot different gear and came back and tried it again. So this mission, you have to take out a bunch of tanks and other vehicles. So it can be a big pain if you don't have a rocket launcher or some anti-tank mines or anything like that to really take these things out, or at least have the Fulton so you can extract them and get them out of the area of operations that way. So in this one I came back with a few of those different things. I believe I have at this point the ability to Fulton vehicles. Actually, I know I do because I dropped it with the Jeep here. And the only way to get one of those is to Fulton it out. So, yeah, the best way to do this mission, I'm going to show you a pretty easy way to take care of it here, but the best way is probably just to do what I did and drop the EM mines, which are like electronic mines that will disable tanks and other vehicles that run over them. And then you can run out and Fulton the vehicle before the guys get out, or just take them out real quick and then Fulton the vehicle. That way you're you're padding the ranks back at Mother Base, as well as completing mission objectives. And I believe that's one of the mission objectives, is to extract all the vehicles rather than destroying them. So pretty easy mission if you have the right gear. If you don't, it's a really big pain. Now, the vehicles are all driving all over the map in the area of the mission. So what I did was just kind of spawned and hung out over here, because this is where they all end up. They all leave the mission through this little ravine that I just came through. So the best way to do it is just wait here for all the vehicles and then stop them with your EM mines and then Fulton out. That way you get no alerts, you get all the vehicles, and you meet your mission criteria in a nice, easy way. So that's the best way to take care of this mission. And you'll see that I kind of follow that strategy here. Now this is one of the few timed missions in the game. It does have a 15-minute time limit, so you don't have to destroy all the vehicles, but you do have to destroy it, or take care of at least one of them. Otherwise, you do fail the mission. Now you're going to see here I put out some claymores because I thought that the tanks and other trucks and stuff would set those off, but they don't. So keep that in mind for the future. You want to use EM mines or C4 or anti-tank mines. Now, something I wanted to talk about that I mentioned in my last video was Destiny, the Taken King. Now, I do really want to play that game. It looks awesome. A bunch of the guys in my clan have it. They've said it's pretty good. I do want to do the new raid, but I don't want to pay for all the extra stuff that I don't really need. So it's kind of an internal struggle for me. Thus far, I've spoken with my wallet and not purchased it. That may change in the future. I may break down and just get it, because it does look like a lot of fun. I've heard that it's very good. So you may be seeing something from that in the future, but not at least until next Friday. I think that's the 25th. So that's the earliest you would see anything from me, because that would be the day that I buy it. That's my payday, so that's when I would pick it up. So I guess really the earliest you would probably see anything would be the Monday after that, if you're looking for that. Yeah, see, so that guy drove by, no mines went off, so I ended up just trying to destroy the tank, because there's no way that I was going to get over there and stop it to Fulton it before it left the mission area. So I did want to make sure I got all the vehicles, so I just destroyed it. Now, as far as Destiny goes, like I said, I do want to get it. We'll see. I may or may not. See how strong my willpower is. So moving on. I know I haven't really uploaded much this week, and that's been because I've been trying to do commentary for my playthrough of Mission 10, which is about an hour. It was my first time through the mission, and there's two different points that you have to reach in the mission. You have to go to the first base, and then you end up having to go to another base, and there's some travel time, and there's outposts in between the two bases that you have to get through. And it is inside of a mission, so I don't want to get those alerts and bring down my ranking, so I kind of try to sneak through some of those. So it was a longer mission. It was about an hour. I cut out a couple pieces and sped some things up just to cut down the filler time. But trying to record the commentary for that has been an absolute nightmare. The first time I recorded it, it only recorded the first half. The second time, it didn't record anything. And then I was trying last night to just edit it together. I was going to edit the first half of the commentary to match, where it needed to be, because I was going to put in a little, front note saying that the commentary was going to be all jacked for that video. But I have decided since to just re-record the whole thing, which I don't have time to do today, so I'm doing a smaller video. This one is about 20 minutes. So I'll be putting this up instead of that. I am going to continue working on that. I'll probably try and record the new commentary for that one on Monday night or Tuesday morning. And then hopefully I'll have that video up and out by Tuesday evening, or sometime Tuesday night. That's the plan. We'll see if I'm actually able to do that. But as far as my uploads go, I do want to kind of put out a bit of a production schedule, so you should be seeing things from me on Tuesdays and Sundays in the future. Those are my off days, so that's when I'm going to have the most time to, edit and do my commentary and that kind of thing. So I will be putting up things on Tuesdays and Sundays, even if it's just something small like that DD clip that I put up earlier with me and him taking out an outpost. But it'll be something. I do have other things in the pipeline. I have some stuff I did with the Rocket Punch. I thought was really, really cool. It's great hearing Kiefer Sutherland scream Rocket Fist. It's super goofy. But so I recorded a few things with that I thought were pretty fun. I'm going to put that together in a little compilation. I'll put that up at some point. Probably no commentary, just the gameplay, maybe 2-3 minutes. Now coming down the road here is some firepower. So if you don't have a missile launcher, this truck that's coming does have one on it. So you can take out the truck, steal the missile launcher, and then that's a way for you to deal with this mission if you don't have the innate capabilities of doing it yourself. Because trying to take out these tanks and stuff with grenades is just a huge pain in the ass, as I said earlier. So you can definitely take out this truck and snag the missile launcher in the back of it, and then just use that. Now, so we covered our Destiny, we covered our production schedule. That's really the two big things that I wanted to talk about today. In the commentary that I had recorded for Mission 10, I thought it was a pretty good commentary, probably my best one so far. I talked a lot about the story of the different Metal Gear games, as well as my experience with them. Like I said, I've been a long-time Metal Gear fan since the first Metal Gear Solid. And I've played all the games but Portable Ops and Peace Walker. I did play a bit of Peace Walker, but I wasn't able to get all the way through it. I didn't have a PSP when it came out, so I didn't end up getting it until I got a Vita. And then the memory card that I had, I think when I got it, I just had like the 4 gig memory card that came with it, and so there was like a ton of games that I wanted to play, and Peace Walker is like a 3 gig game, so I ended up having to delete that before I was finished with it. And on Vita, when you delete a game, it deletes all of the save data, so there was no way for me to... I mean, there may have been a way that I could have backed that up for later usage, but I wasn't aware of it if there was, so I didn't, and I didn't want to go through all the time that I had already put into that game. I probably played it for, a good 10 to 30 hours, somewhere in there. So I didn't want to go through all that again without having already finished the game. I don't mind playing through a game again once I've finished it at least once, but trying to begin something before I've completed it the first time, it just gets too repetitive for me, so I tend not to do that. But it is what it is. So I did play a little bit of Peace Walker, but I have played all the mainline entries in the series, Metal Gear 1, 2, and then, Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, 4, and currently 5, as well as Ground Zero. So I talked a lot about that in my experiences with those games, and how they kind of changed me as a gamer and, affected my life in general. So I will probably try and replicate that when I re-record the next commentary, but it honestly probably won't be as good as it was the first time. We'll see. I'll try to make it as good as possible. Obviously, I want it to be great, so we'll see how well I can get it. But I was impressed. I was able to talk for an hour about, various things and different stuff about the games and why I like them and what they mean to me. So if that's interesting to you, tune in for my next episode, which will be coming probably on Tuesday. I should have that video up on Tuesday. Alright, so let's see. I think I let one of those trucks go. Now I got my anti-tank mines. I don't know if anything actually came by and hit those. I think that may have been the last vehicle to come through. Not 100% certain. Yeah, so like I said, this mission was a huge pain in the ass, and this endpoint is right by this base, so that can cause some problems, potentially, but it doesn't have to if you're careful. You could also go a little bit farther down and wait, a little bit farther away from the base, because you have a little bit of a leeway here between where they, where the end of the mission area is and where the base is. Okay, so I was wrong earlier. That was a prisoner that I Fultoned earlier. This is the missile that you can get. So it's in the back of this truck. So I took that guy out through the windshield with my rifle, and then we're going to run back here and grab this missile launcher, since I think I exhausted my supply of missiles already. Yeah, I think it's the same launcher as well. It might be different. Alright, so I've been hearing a lot online about a way to unlock some extra cutscenes or possibly another mission, and that is, I guess, the current theory is that there is an additional cutscene at the end of this game once you have completed it, but it doesn't unlock until the world of Metal Gear has been made free of nuclear armaments. So I guess once you learn how to develop a forward operating base, or a FOB, you gain the ability at some point in the game to create nuclear weapons. And the only way to unlock this additional cutscene is by disarming everyone's nuclear weapons. So that means everybody that's playing the game has to disarm all the nuclear weapons in the game. That means don't create any, and if you come across any in your forward operating base, pillaging, then you got to disarm them. Now that's going to be difficult. I know there is a group that has popped up called Philanthropy, haha, that is looking to disarm all the nukes. There's also another group, I forget the name of the group, but that has come up in opposition to them, trying to proliferate nuclear armaments and make sure that there's like tons. I read the mission statement for both groups, and the Philanthropy one, it makes sense. It sounds like they want to rid the world of nuclear weapons so that we can achieve the peaceful ending that we need, or whatever the end cutscene is. I don't know. I haven't seen it. But the other group was saying that, and I could be totally wrong, so don't quote me here, but they were saying something like, by creating more nuclear weapons, then that'll urge more people to disarm them, and then that'll get us to that ending faster. But that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I mean, we'll see how it all plays out, if that's even how you unlock that cutscene. Knowing Kojima, that's entirely possible. It would take a long time for all of us to get rid of all the nukes in the game. So I know he was upset with PT about how quickly the mysteries behind that were solved, so, that might be a way of him saying, hey, well, this is how we're going to take care of that, by making something, time-consuming. Even if everybody figured it out relatively soon, it would still take a long time for all of the nuclear weapons in the game to be destroyed. So that's a way for him to kind of prolong how long it takes everybody to get the ending that he intended, if that is, what's happening. May not be. Probably isn't, not gonna lie. But we'll see. And I was kind of hoping that Konami would come out at TGS and say, kind of talk about what's happening with the future, and, how they're gonna handle things moving forward, and whether or not, you know, there really is anything that we should be looking for, that kind of stuff. They didn't, which was unfortunate. But I mean, I guess it is what it is. You know, maybe Kojima wanted to wait. Maybe Konami just doesn't care anymore. I don't know. I know they plan on continuing the Metal Gear franchise without Kojima. So, I mean, we'll see how that goes in the future. But I'm really not going to hold my breath for anything. You know, I mean, it's possible they could get a new team that turns out to be great and makes a really great next entry in the series. Which, you know, obviously that's the hope if they're going to continue with it, which they are. But I'm not going to hold my breath because Konami doesn't really seem to give two shits lately about their game division and what's really going on with it. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, so we got mission complete. Now that launcher that I got picked up from that truck, it was different than the one I brought with me. This one has homing features, which is great. Haven't been able to develop one of these on my own yet, but I definitely want to because it's an awesome rocket launcher and it's really handy for boss fights as well as you know, taking out tanks and other stuff. Although honestly, my favorite thing to do when I have to do a side op that's like, you know, eliminating the heavy infantry or eliminating the tanks or whatever is just to kind of sneak in and folding everything out under everyone's nose. That's my favorite thing to do. Now something you just saw right there, so you can actually drive through trees in this game. The smaller ones, some of the bigger ones you can't go through, but most of the small ones you can just, you know, plow right through them, which is something handy to know because the cars control kind of like shit when you're not on the road. So knowing that you can just plow through a tree instead of having to kind of try and swerve around it and regain control of the vehicle is helpful, I think. I could be. Alright, well, I think that's about all I have for you guys today. Again, I apologize for, you know, the long wait, but that's going to be remedied starting this week. You know, I have recorded all the missions up through 21 so far. I'm on mission 22 right now, which is where I learned all the FOB stuff. So I may put that one up before the next chronological video. But we'll see. And you may have noticed that I skipped mission 8. I didn't really like mission 8 or 9, so I didn't record them because I didn't have a lot of fun with them. The only reason I recorded this one is because I went back to capture that prisoner because he had something that I wanted. I think he had the transportation specialist, or no, not the transportation specialist, electro-spinning specialist. I think I wanted to develop the sneaking suit for Dee Dee as well as the stronger armor for D-Horse. So I needed that electro-spinning specialist, and that's why I replayed this mission. And, you know, it turned out okay, and I thought I had a pretty nice strategy, so I recorded it, and I wanted to get it up for you guys to see. But I'm probably not going to do mission 8, so don't hold your breath on that one. If you really want to see it, let me know in the comments, and I'd be happy to put it up for you. I'll go through it again. Yeah, that's it for today. So thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate all of your views and comments and all that stuff. So keep them coming. If there's anything I haven't put up that you'd like to see, or you know, just different ways to do things, or anything that you guys want me to put up, let me know, and I'd be happy to oblige if I can. So again, thanks for watching, and see you all next time.